Welcome to our APS classes, and this is our biology class for class +1, and today we will continue our part number 3 for the chapter that is structural organization in animals. And we have already discussed part number 1 and part number 2 in our previous lectures. And in our part number 2 we have discussed about the various tissues such as loose connective tissue, dense connective tissue, and the specialized connective tissue. And the specialized connective tissue are further of 3 types, that is the bone, cartilage and the lymph. And after that there is the muscle tissue. This is the most important tissue, and the muscular tissue have the special ability to contract and relax, and after that the body they have to perform the mechanical work. And muscular tissues are further of 3 types, that is the cardiac muscles, smooth muscles and skeletal muscles. And today we will start with our neural tissues. What do you mean by neural tissue? So let us start with our neural tissue. Neural tissue is a specialized for conduction of the nerve impulses. That means the main importance of this neural tissue is for the conduction of the nerve impulses. Without this neural tissue, there is no conduction between the nerve impulses. It consists of densely packed cells. That means neural tissue consists of densely packed cells, and these densely packed cells, they are called as the neurons. Neurons are recent in the brain. That means the main locality or the main position or the main recent of the neural tissue, that is in the brain and spinal cord as well as the nerves. Neurological cells protect and support the neurons. Especially the main function of the neurological cells is to support and protect the neurons. Neurologia makes up more than 1/2 of the volume of the neural tissue in our body. The main function of neurologia, or the main part of the neurologia, is to make up the more than 1/2 of the volume of neural tissue in our body. The neurons consist of 3 parts. That means neurons, they have the ability to consist of mainly 3 parts, and these 3 parts are cyton, dendrites and the axon. These 3 parts, they have to be included in the neurons. What do you mean by cyton? It is the cell body. Main cyton is the cell body that contains a central nucleus. इस cyton में जो है वो central nucleus present होता है, and cytoplasm with characteristic deeply stained particles called as Nissls granule. इसमें stained particles जो होते हैं वो present होते हैं, and these stained particles they are called as the Nissl granules. Dendrites, one to many short and branch cytoplasmic processes. इसमें एक या एक से ज्यादा जो है वो short या branched cytoplasmic processes जो होती है वो present होती है in the dendrites. They receive impulses. The main function of dendrites is to receive the impulses, और वो impulses कहाँ से receive करते हैं? From the receptor or another neurons. That means they have to be receive the impulses from the receptors as well as another neurons and bring it to the cyton, और दोबारा उन impulses को, उन responses को वो कहाँ लेके जाते हैं? In the cyton. Next is the axon. Single long processes. ये single long process है that conduct impulses, जो कि impulses को conduct करती हैं away from the cyton to another neuron. Nerve fibers may or may not be myelinated. जो nerve fibers होती हैं, either they may be myelinated or not be myelinated. When a neuron is stimulated an electric impulse, जब जो हमारा neuron जो होता है that is stimulated to the electrical impulse is generated which travels quickly along with the plasma. जब वो क्या करता है, वो electrical impulse को stimulate करता है, that is generated and which travels quickly along with the plasma membrane, और वो plasma membrane के साथ एकदम से quickly क्या करता है, move करता है. When this impulse reaches at the ends of the neuron, जब ये impulse जो है neuron के ends पर reach करता है, it triggers events, वो उस टाइम events को trigger करता है that cause stimulation or inhibition. जो उस टाइम किस चीज को receive करता है? Stimulation as well as inhibition of the adjacent neuron. So these are the main points regarding the neural tissue and what are the various functions that are to be performed by the neural tissue. Next is the diagrammatically representation of this neural tissue as well as the neuron. So these are the neuron cells. These are the neuron cells and this is the structure of the neuron. These are the these fibers that are the contact with other cells. ये जो fibers हैं that means they have the main function, that means they contact with the other cells. ये दूसरे cells के साथ क्या करते हैं, ये contact करते हैं and this part is the from here to here, this part is known as the axon and this is the microfibrils and microtubules. These are the microfibrils as well as microtubules and at the center this is the nucleus and outside the nucleus these are the dendrites. So this is the structure or the diagrammatically representation of the neuron or the nerve cell. Next is the organ and the organ system. What do you mean by the term organ and the organ system? The basic tissue types in the body organized in various manners. जो हमारे basic tissue types जो हैं that are present in our body, they are organized in various manners. उनको various manners में organize किया जाता है to form the organs. और उन्हीं के बिहार पर जब हम उनको organize करते हैं various manners में, after that they have to form the organ. A group of such organs then associate with each other. और इस तरह से जब एक group बन जाता है organs का, after that they have to be associate with each other to form the organ system. उसके बाद जब वो एक दूसरे के साथ associate कर जाते हैं, after that they have to form the organ system in the multicellular organism. और ये organ system जो होता है वो specially कहाँ बनता है? In the multicellular organisms. Organization of the body into tissue. जो हमारी organization है body की, वो specially किस चीज में categorized है? Into the tissues, organ and organ system. That means the organization of the body is categorized into organ system as well as tissues. Is essential for more efficient functioning of the body. Without this organization, that is the tissue, organ and the organ system, that means these three types of the organization of the tissues, organ and organ systems that are present in our body, it is very essential for the more efficient functioning of the body. क्योंकि tissues, organ और organ system के अलावा जो हमारी body जो है उसकी जो functioning है that cannot be in a well systematic manner. It also helps in better coordination of the activities. Tissues, organ and organ system जो होते हैं ये किस चीज में help करते हैं? In the better coordination of the body activities of the millions of cells constituting an organism. जो कि coordinate करता है of the activities of the cells को, और millions of cells की जो activities है उसको coordinate करता है constituting an organism, और उसी से फिर वो क्या बनता है? Organism बनता है. Each organ in our body is made up of one or more types of the tissue. हमारी body में ढेरों cells present हैं. That means millions of cells are present in our body. और यही जो organ है in our body, हमारी जो body में जितने भी organs present हैं, that means they are made up of one or more types of the tissues. For example, our heart consists of all the 4 types of the tissues. अगर हम example पर तौर पर लें तो if the body of the if the heart of the human beings that consists of all the 4 types of the tissue, तो जो heart है organism की या human beings की वो consist करती है 4 types of the tissues, and these 4 types of the tissues are the epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and neural tissue. That means these 4 types of the tissue they are to be present in our heart. हमारे heart में ये 4 types के tissue जो है वो present हैं, that are the epithelial, connective, muscular and neural tissue. The complexity in organ and organ system displays certain discernible trend and is called as evolutionary trend, और उसको हम क्या कहते हैं? Evolutionary trend. Our next important organism is the earthworm. It is a terrestrial invertebrate. ये जो है हमारा terrestrial invertebrate है, that is reddish brown in color, और इस organism का जो color होता है that is reddish brown in color and lives in the upper layer of the moist sand. और ये कहाँ पर live करता है? जो हमारी upper layer होती है moist sand की, वहाँ पर ये live करता है. They can be located by their fecal deposits. ये किसकी वजह से जो है वो लोकेट करता है विद देयर फीकल डिपॉजिट्स, एंड दैट फीकल डिपॉजिट इज कॉल्ड एज द वर्म कास्टिंग. The common Indian earthworm जो है, that is the scientific name of the common Indian earthworm is the Perithemia and lumbricus. ये जो हमारे common Indian earthworms हैं, तो that means there are two types of the common Indian earthworms, and these two types of the common Indian earthworms are Perithemia as well as lumbricus. Next is the morphology. What is the morphology of the earthworm? Earthworm have a long cylindrical body. जो earthworm की body है, that means it has a long cylindrical body, and the body is divided more than, a body जो है वो divided into more than 100 short segments. इसमें 100 से भी ज्यादा short segments हैं that are called as the metameres. और वो short segment जो उसकी body में छोटी-छोटी short segments होंगे, और short segments को क्या कहा जाता है? These are called as the metameres, which are similar, जो कि similar होती है. Metameres about 100 to 120 number, और इन जो metameres का number होता है earthworm की body में, that is near about 100 to 120. The dorsal blood vessels is represented by a dark median mid dorsal line. जो dorsal blood vessels है उनको जो represent किया जाता है, that is represented with the help of a dark median mid dorsal line present on the dorsal surface. और ये dark median mid dorsal line जो होती है वो present होती है on the dorsal surface of the body. The ventral surface is characterized by the presence of genital opening. जो उसकी ventral surface है, जो उसका नीचे का जो surface है earthworm का, that is characterized by the presence of the genital opening. और ventral surface पर क्या होता है? That is the genital opening or the pores. Anterior end includes the mouth. Anterior end पर क्या होगा? Mouth होगा, and that is called as the prostromium, और उसको हम क्या कहेंगे? Prostromium. Prostromium is a lobe which serves as a covering for the mouth. Prostromium जो है एक तरह से lobe है that presents the or the serves as a covering of the mouth, जो कि mouth की covering को जो था वो represent करता है. It is used as a wedge to force open cracks in the soil into which the earthworm may be crawl. ये जो है एक यूज करता है एक वेज टू फोर्स, अब फोर्स करता है ओपन क्रैक्स इन द सॉइल, और उसकी हेल्प से जो होता है वो क्या करता है? अर्थवर्म जो होता है वो इजिली क्रॉल करता है. The prostromium is sensory in function. The main function of the prostromium is that it has to be play an important role in the sensory part. The first segment of the body contains the mouth. जो सबसे पहली segment जो होगी अर्थवर्म की, that contains the mouth, and that is called as the peristomium, that is buccal cavity. A prominent dark band of the glandular tissue, जो एक prominent हमारा dark band है glandular tissue का, उसको हम क्या कहते हैं? Clitellum covers the segments. और ये clitellum जो होता है वो cover करता है segments को, और कितनी segments को ये cover करता है? From 14 to 16. That means ये जो clitellum है, it covers the segments from 14 to 16. In a mature worm, जो mature worm होगा उसमें जो clitellum होता है वो near about 14 to 16 segments को जो होगा वो cover करेगा. The body is divided into 3 segments. अब जो earthworm की body है, it is divided into 3 parts. That is the perilateral, clitellar, and the post-clitellar segments. So these are the 3 segments from where the body of the earthworm is divided into these 3 types of the segments. On the ventrolateral sides of the intrasegmental groups, 4 pairs of the spermthecal apertures are present. अगर ventrolateral sides पर हम देखते हैं of the intrasegmental groups, जो 4 pairs है हमारे spermthecal apertures के, they are present, and that is they are present between the 5th and the 9th segment. So that means ये apertures जो होंगे वो 5th to 9th segments के बीच में present होंगे. The mid-ventral line of the 14th segment, जो mid-ventral line होगी 14th segment की, contains a single female genital pore. जो 14th segment है ventral line की, on the ventral side, वो क्या चीज कहलाएगी? That is the single female genital pore. On the ventrolateral sides of the 18th segment, अगर हम on the ventrolateral side पर देखते हैं 18th segment के, a pair of male genital pores are present. वहां पर male genital pores होंगे वो present होंगे. Many tiny and minute pores, काफी मिनी और minute pores होंगे जिनको हम nephridiophores बोलते हैं, they are open on the surface of the body. That means these nephridiophores, they have to be open on the surface of the body. Nephridiophores, what do you mean by the term nephridiophores? A nephridiophore is a part of the nephridium. Nephridiophore जो है वो एक तरह से nephridium का part है, an excretory organ है, found in many organisms such as flatworm and annelids. ये काफी organisms में जो है वो nephridiophore पाया जाता है, such as in case of flatworms and annelids. Row of S-shaped setae are present in each body. जो रो है हमारी S से shaped की, that is the setae that is present in each body segment. Body segment के हर एक segment में जो होगा वो setae होंगे, that is present. Setae are absent in the first, last and clitellum segment of the body. और specially जो इनकी absence होगी setae की, वो कहाँ पर absent होंगे ये setae जो होंगे, that is in the first segment, in the last segment, as well as in the clitellum segment of the body. They are present embedded in the epidermal pits. ये कहाँ पर present होंगे? In the epidermal pits in the middle of each segment. Setae can be extended or retracted. Setae जो है इनको हम extract भी कर सकते हैं, as well as retracted किए जा सकते हैं. Their principal role is in the locomotion. और इनका जो main role जो है इनका setae का, that is they have to be play an important role in the locomotion. So this is the diagram of the earthworm that shows the dorsal view as well as ventral view and lateral view of the mouth. तो ये जो diagram है वो किस चीज को show कर रहा है? That is the dorsal view of the earthworm of the mouth, ventral view of mouth of the earthworm, and this is the lateral view of the mouth of the earthworm. So this is the prostomium. This is the prostomium, where is the opening of the mouth, and these are the clitellum. ये जो है this is the clitellum, and these are the metameres. ये जो है these are the metameres. और this is the mouth opening. ये जो है this is the mouth opening, and the last end of the earthworm, that is the anus. वो क्या है? Anus. And these are the rings of setae. ये जो है these are the rings of setae. And these are also setae that shows in the ventral view of the mouth, and this is the clitellum, and at the center, that is on the ventral side of the earthworm, that is the female genital aperture. जो ventral side हम earthworm के ventral side पर देखेंगे तो वहां पर हमें क्या show होगा? That is the female genital aperture. And next from female genital aperture, this is the male genital aperture. And these are the genital papillae. These are the genital papillae, and these are the metameres, and these are the transverse groove or the annuli. So this is the structure or the diagram of the earthworm that shows the dorsal view of the mouth, ventral view of the mouth, as well as lateral view of the mouth. Next is the anatomy. What is the anatomy of the earthworm? After the morphology of the earthworm, the next important topic, that is the anatomy of the earthworm. The body wall of the earthworm is covered externally by a thin non-cellular cuticle. जो outer body wall है earthworm की, that is covered with the help of a thin non-cellular cuticle, below which is the epidermis. उसके just नीचे जो है वो बिल्कुल वो क्या होगा? Epidermis. Two muscle layers होंगी, that is the circular and the longitudinal, and an innermost coelomic epithelium. और सबसे अंदर जो होगा, सबसे बाहर जो होगा क्यूटिकल है, क्यूटिकल के जस्ट नीचे जो होगा एपिडर्मस है, एपिडर्मस के साथ ही two muscle layers होंगी, that are the circular and the longitudinal muscle layers, and innermost जो होगा that is the coelomic epithelium. The epidermis is made up of single layer of columnar epithelium. जो epidermis है, it is made up of single layer of the columnar epithelium, which contains, ये columnar epithelium जो होगा वो contain करेगा secretory glandular cells को. Next is the digestive system. What is the digestive system of the earthworm? In the digestive system of the earthworm, the alimentary canal is a straight tube. Alimentary canal जो होगा that is the straight tube, and runs between the first to last segment of the body. और ये alimentary canal जो है वो कहाँ से कहाँ तक रन करेगा? That is run from first to the last segment of the body. a mouth present at the end, mouth जो है वो कहां पर present होगा at the end and opens into the buccal cavity. Mouth जो होगा वो end पर present होगा and that mouth opens into the buccal cavity and the buccal cavity is from between first to the third segment. This then leads into the muscular pharynx. उसके बाद किस चीज को lead करेगा? Muscular pharynx को. A small oesophagus also known as the food pipe जो है small oesophagus होगा. It is also known as the food pipe that is present between the fifth and the seventh segment. तो जो oesophagus small oesophagus है as well as food pipe जो है that is present between the fifth and the seventh segment. तो पांचवी और सातवीं segment के बीच में जो present होगा that is the oesophagus as well as food pipe. It continues into a muscular gizzard. उसके बाद ये किसमें continue करेगा? Into the muscular gizzard. And that muscular gizzard is between the 8th and the 9th segment. It aids the grinding of the soil particles. अब इस muscular gizzard का जो main function है, that is to grind the soil particles. जो soil particles उसने earthworm ने खाए होंगे, that means they have the capability to grind these soil particles. And decaying of leaves etc. और जो उसमें decaying leaves होंगी उनको भी क्या करेगा ये digest करेगा. The stomach is present between 9th and 14th segment. जो main position है stomach की that is between the 9th and the 14th segment. The earthworm feeds on decaying leaves. Earthworm जो है main किस चीज के ऊपर feed करता है? Decaying leaves के ऊपर. And organic matter that is mixed with the soil. और उस organic matter को खाता है. That organic matter is mixed with the soil. Calciferous glands are present in the stomach. तो कई बार यहाँ क्वेश्चन राइज हो जाता है कि वेयर इज द पोजीशन ऑफ द कैल्सिफेरस ग्लैंड्स इन द बॉडी ऑफ द अर्थवर्म. दैट मींस द मेन पोजीशन और द लोकेशन ऑफ द कैल्सिफेरस ग्लैंड्स इन द बॉडी ऑफ द अर्थवर्म इज इन द स्टोमक. दे न्यूट्रलाइज. अब ये जो कैल्सिफेरस ग्लैंड्स होते हैं इनका जो मेन फंक्शन है दैट इज दे हैव टू बी न्यूट्रलाइज द ह्यूमिक एसिड प्रेजेंट इन द ह्यूमस. अब ये जो हमारे कैल्सिफेरस ग्लैंड्स हैं जो कि प्रेजेंट है अर्थवर्म में और कहां पे प्रेजेंट है? इन द स्टोमक. ये क्या करते हैं? ये उस ह्यूमिक एसिड को क्या करते हैं? न्यूट्रलाइज कर देते हैं. दैट इज प्रेजेंट इन द ह्यूमस. और ये ह्यूमिक एसिड कहां प्रेजेंट होता है? दैट इज प्रेजेंट इन द ह्यूमस. और ये कैल्सिफेरस ग्लैंड होंगे वो उसको क्या करेंगे? न्यूट्रलाइज करेंगे. Intestine begins at the 15th segment. After the stomach, the main location or the position of the intestine is between the 15th segment and ends at the last segment. और intestine 15th segment से शुरू होकर खत्म कहां पर होता है? जो इसकी last segment होगी. A pair of short and conical intestinal cecae projects from the intestine on the 26th segment. अब इसे जो पेयर है short या conical intestinal cecae के वो प्रोजेक्ट करते हैं फ्रॉम द इंटेस्टाइन ऑफ द 26th segment. The characteristic feature of the intestine after the 26th segment, जो मेन characteristic feature है इंटेस्टाइन का after the 26th segment, except the last 23rd to 25th segment. तो सिर्फ कौन से सेगमेंट्स को छोड़कर 23rd to 25th सेगमेंट्स को छोड़कर is the presence of the internal median fold of the dorsal wall. वहां पर जो है वो किस चीज की प्रेजेंस है इंटरनल मीडियन फोल्ड ऑफ द डॉर्सल वॉल that is called as the typhlosole. उसकी प्रेजेंस है and that is known as the typhlosole. This increases the effective area of absorption. And what is the main function of this typhlosole? That means this typhlosole has the capability to increase the effective surface area of the absorption that is present in the intestine of the earthworm. The alimentary canal opens to the exterior by a small rounded aperture called as the anus. अब ये एलिमेंट्री कनाल जो है वो कहां पर आकर ओपन होता है? दैट इज ओपन बाय ओपन इनटू द एक्सटीरियर बाय अ स्मॉल राउंडेड अपर्चर. और ये कहां पर आकर ओपन करता है? दैट इज द स्मॉल एक्सटीरियर अपर्चर दैट इज नोन एज द एनस. दैट मींस दिस स्मॉल एक्सटीरियर अपर्चर इज नोन एज द anus. That means alimentary canal ends at the small exterior aperture and that small exterior aperture is known as the anus. The ingested soil is rich in organic matter. जो ingested soil होती है it is rich in organic matter. It passes through the digestive tract और उसके बाद ये किसके थ्रू पास करती है? Through the digestive tract. In the digestive tract, digestive enzymes. अब digestive tract में जो digestive enzymes होंगे, they have to be break down complex food into the smaller absorbable units. अब ये जो हमारे digestive tract में digestive enzymes जो present होंगे, अब digestive enzymes कहाँ present है? They are present in the digestive tract. अब ये digestive enzymes जो होंगे वो complex फूड को ब्रेक डाउन करेंगे किस चीज में? स्मॉलर एब्जॉर्बेबल यूनिट्स में या सिंपलर फूड मॉलिक्यूल्स में. दीज सिंपलर मॉलिक्यूल्स आर एब्जॉर्ब थ्रू द इंटेस्टाइनल मेम्ब्रेन. अब जब वो कॉम्प्लेक्स फूड जो है वो डाइजेस्टिव एंजाइम्स ने ब्रेक डाउन कर दिया स्मॉलर एब्जॉर्बेबल यूनिट्स में, तो ये जो सिंपलर ऑर्गेनिक फूड जो होगा वो क्या करेगा? कहां पर एब्जॉर्ब होगा? इट इज एब्जॉर्ब into the intestinal membrane, और intestinal membrane में absorb होने के बाद वो क्या हो जाएगा? Utilized हो जाएगा, and it is utilized. Next, after the digestive system of the earthworm, next is the circulatory system of the earthworm. Perithemia exhibits a closed type of the blood vascular system. तो जो perithemia है, it has specially a closed type of the blood vascular system, consisting of blood vessels. अब इस closed circulatory system में क्या present होंगे? Blood vessels present होंगे, capillaries and heart. That means this type of the closed type of the blood vascular system of the perithemia includes the blood vessels, capillaries as well as heart. It shows closed circulatory system. ये closed circulatory system को show करता है. इस वजह से blood is confined to the heart. इस वजह से जो blood है that is it is confined into the heart and blood vessels. इस वजह से जो blood है वो कहां पर confined होता है? into the heart as well as blood vessels. Contraction keeps blood circulating in one direction. जो contraction है वो blood को एक ही direction में keep करता है. Smaller blood vessels supply the gut. जो smaller blood vessels होंगे वो gut को supply करेंगे nerve cord and the body wall. Blood glands are present on the 4th, 5th and 6th segment. जो blood glands होंगे, the main location or the position of the blood glands are between the 4th, 5th and 6th segments. They produce the cells of the blood and hemoglobin. ये specially कौन से cells को produce करेंगे? They produce the cells of the blood and the hemoglobin. And hemoglobin is dissolved in the plasma, blood plasma. So hemoglobin जो होगा वो कहाँ dissolved होगा? In the blood plasma. Blood cells are phagocytic in nature. जो blood cells होंगे perithemia के that they are phagocytic in nature. Earthworm lacks specialized breathing devices. Earthworm में कोई specialized breathing devices नहीं होते हैं. That means they lack the special breathing devices. The respiratory exchange occurs through moist body. अब इनके body में जो respiratory exchange हो रहा है that is with the help of the moist body, क्योंकि body जो होती है वो moist होती है and with the help of this moist body they have to be take the respiratory exchange in their body. Gases are exchanged through the moist skin. अब gases जो होंगी वो भी exchange होगी, body में gases का exchange होगा, but that exchange takes place with the help of the moist skin directly into their blood stream. जो कि इनका जो moist skin है that is directly into the blood stream. So this is the alimentary canal of the earthworm, and the alimentary canal of the earthworm is started from the mouth, and these are the various types of the segments that are present in the body of the earthworm. So this is the mouth of the earthworm. After the mouth, this is the buccal cavity, and after the buccal cavity it opens into the pharynx. Here this is the pharynx, and pharynx opens into the small oesophagus, that is also known as the food pipe. And after the oesophagus, this is the gizzard. This is the gizzard, and after that this is the stomach, and after the stomach this is the pre-typhlosolar part of the intestine, and after that this is the intestinal cecum, and these are the lymph glands. These are the lymph glands, and this is the typhlosolar part of the intestine, and after that this is the intestinal human, and lastly this is the typhlosote. And the segments of the earthworm is started from first and last up to 34th segment. And this is the dorsal view of the earthworm. These are the lateral hearts, and these are the various types of the segments that are present in the body of the earthworm. These are the lateral oesophagus heart, and these are the lateral hearts. This is the commercial vessels, this is the submural vessels, and these are the anterior loops. These are the anterior loops, and these are the ventral vessels, and this is the lateral oesophageal vessel. This is the lateral oesophageal vessel. This is the closed circulatory. Above the first diagram is the alimentary canal of the earthworm, and the second one is the closed circulatory system of the earthworm. Next is the excretory system. The excretory organs in the earthworm are called as nephridia. जो main excretory organs हैं earthworm के, they are known as nephridia and nephridium. They are coiled tubules that are arranged segmentally. Coiled tubules होते हैं और ये segmentally arranged होते हैं. They the three nephridial types. अब इसमें जो three types के हमारे nephridia हैं, these are septal nephridia, integumentary nephridia and pharyngeal nephridia. That means three types of the nephridia that are present in the earthworm are septal nephridia, integumentary nephridia and pharyngeal nephridia. Septal nephridia, these are present on the segment 15. जो septal nephridia जो होते हैं, they are present in the 15th segment at the last intersegmental septa. They are present on both the sides. ये दोनों sides पर present होते हैं and they open into the intestine, and these septal nephridia they open into the intestine. Integumentary nephridia, these are attached to lining of the body wall. Integumentary जो हमारे nephridia होते हैं, they are attached to the lining of the body wall of segment 3 to the last that opens into the body surface. Next is the pharyngeal nephridia. These are present as the three paired tufts. ये three paired tufts में present होते हैं, that is the 4th, 5th and the 6th segments. These different types of the nephridia are basically similar in structure. These three types of the nephridia, that is the septal nephridia, pharyngeal nephridia as well as integumentary nephridia, these are basically similar in their structure. तीनों का structure जो होता है वो basically क्या होता है, similar होता है. Nephridia control and modulate the volume. अब what is the main function of the nephridia? That means nephridia control as well as modulate the volume of the composition of the body fluid. जो body में जो composition fluid होता है उसके volume को जो होता है वो ये maintain करते हैं nephridia. A nephridia begins as a funnel. Nephridia जो किसकी तरह है, एक funnel की तरह है. It drains excess fluid, जो body में excess fluid होता है उसको वो ये drain करता है from the coelomic chamber. और उस excess fluid को वो कहाँ से drain करता है? That excess fluid is present into the coelomic chamber. The funnel connects with the tubular part. अब जो funnel हमने जो कहा कि nephridium begins as a funnel. अब ये funnel जो है वो कहाँ से connect होती है? That is connected with the tubular part. This delivers the waste into the digestive tube. ये deliver करता है waste को और उस waste को वो deliver किसमें करता है? Into the digestive tube. Next is the nervous system. It consists of ganglia that are arranged segmentally on the ventral paired nerve cord. ये contain करता है ganglia को and these ganglia are arranged segmentally on the ventral paired nerve cord. The nerve cord bifurcates in the anterior region. अभी जो nerve cord होगी, it bifurcates into the nerve region that is between the 3rd and the 4th segments. It then encircles the pharynx. उसके बाद वो pharynx को encircle करेगा. Finally, it joins the cerebral ganglia. और अगर finally हम lastly में देखें तो it joins with the cerebral ganglia. From the dorsal side form a nerve ring. The cerebral ganglia integrate sensory input along with other nerves in the nerve ring and they also command muscular responses of the body. और ये हमारी body में जितने भी muscular responses होते हैं उनको क्या करता है, ये command करता है. So this is the different types of the nephridia and general plan of their distribution. So this is the different types of the nephridia and their different general plans. So these are the ducts of the pharyngeal nephridia. These are the ducts of the pharyngeal nephridia. This is the mouth, and after the mouth, this is the buccal chamber, and after the buccal chamber, it is the pharynx, and after the pharynx, this is the oesophagus. This is the oesophagus, and these are the tufts of the pharyngeal nephridia. These are the tufts of the pharyngeal nephridia. And after the oesophagus, it is the gizzard. It is the gizzard, and these are the integumentary nephridia. These are the integumentary nephridia. And after the gizzard, this is the stomach, and after that, this is the clitorium, and this is the intestine, and after that, this is the septal nephridia. And whatever the functions of all these parts, we are already discussed in the digestive system as well as in the circulatory system. Next is the sensory system possesses. अब sensory system जो था वो क्या possess करता है? Organs sensitive to light and touch. अब ये sensory organs जो होंगे वो possess होंगे sensitive to light as well as touch. They are present as receptor cells. ये कहाँ present होते हैं? As the receptor cells. They distinguish the light intensities and help to feel the vibrations in the ground. Especially ये distinguish करते हैं light intensities को and helps to feel the vibrations in the ground. अब ये जो स्पेशल हमारे रिसेप्टर्स होते हैं या जो स्पेशली हमारे ये सेल्स जो हैं दैट आर डिस्टिंग्विश्ड टू द लाइट इंटेंसिटीज, और ये उसको अर्थफॉर्म को किस चीज में हेल्प करते हैं? दे हैव टू बी हेल्प टू फील द वाइब्रेशंस. वो वाइब्रेशंस को फील करने में हेल्प करते हैं, जो कि वाइब्रेशन जो होती है वो कहां पर होती है? इन द ग्राउंड. ग्राउंड पर जो भी वाइब्रेशंस होंगी उन रिसेप्टर सेल्स की हेल्प से जो होते हैं ये उसको फील करते हैं. आईज आर एब्सेंट, जबकि इन केस ऑफ माउथ आईज आर टोटली एब्सेंट. वर्म्स आर स्पेशलाइज्ड इन कीमोरिसेप्टर्स. वर्म्स में स्पेशल टाइप के कीमोरिसेप्टर्स होते हैं दैट आर द टेस्ट रिसेप्टर्स लोकेटेड इन द इंटीरियर पार्ट ऑफ द वर्म. जो कि कहां पर लोकेट करते हैं ये कीमोरिसेप्टर जो होते हैं? दे आर लोकेटेड इन द इंटीरियर पार्ट ऑफ द वर्म व्हिच रिएक्ट टू केमिकल स्टिमुलाई. और ये कीमोरिसेप्टर जो होते हैं किसके साथ रिएक्ट करते हैं? दे रिएक्ट टू द केमिकल स्टिमुलाई. नेक्स्ट इज द रिप्रोडक्शन. अर्थवॉर्म इज hermaphrodite. अर्थवॉर्म जो है इट इज hermaphrodite, दैट मींस इट इज बाइसेक्सुअल. टेस्टिस एंड ओवरीज बाइसेक्सुअल. बाइसेक्सुअल का मतलब क्या हो गया कि बोथ द टेस्टिस as well as ovaries are present in the same individual. हम कह रहे हैं कि earthworm is hermaphrodite. That means it is bisexual. तो bisexual का मतलब क्या हो गया? Both the sex organs, either testes and ovaries, they are present in the same individual. Same individual में both types के जो sex organs होंगे that are testes and ovaries जो होंगे वो same individual में present होंगे. After that we can say that it is hermaphrodite or bisexual. There are two pairs of the testes present in the 10th and the 11th segment. यहाँ पर two pairs जो होंगे testes के present होंगे and these two pairs are present in the 10th and the 11th segment. Their vasa differentia run up to the 18th segment. इसमें vasa differentiate होगा that is run into the 18th segment where they join the prostatic duct, जो कि किस चीज के साथ attach करेगा? Prostatic duct के साथ. There are two pairs of the accessory glands. इसमें two pairs ही accessory glands पे present होंगे. They are present in the 17th and the 19th segment. The vasa differentia is a common prostate and spermatic duct. अब इसमें जो vasa differentia है ये common prostate as well as spermatic duct है. It opens to the exterior by a pair of male genital pores. अभी कहाँ पर open करता है? Of the male genitalia pores. These pores are present on the 18th segment. ये pairs कहाँ पर present होंगे? ये pores जो होंगे they are present in the 18th segment on the ventrolateral side. 4 pairs of the sperm theca are present. इसमें 4 pairs जो होंगे वो sperm theca के present होंगे. They are present in the segment from 6 to 9. और ये कौन से segments में present होंगे sperm theca? They are present in the 6th and the 9th segment. 1 pair of sperm theca is present in each segment. हर एक pair जो होगा sperm theca का that is present in each segment. They receive and store spermatozoa. अब main function जो है sperm theca का that is they have to be store as well as receive the spermatozoa during the copulation. जब copulation होती है उस दौरान जो कि sperm theca होते हैं they receive and store the spermatozoa. Sperm theca, it is a sac or receptacle present in some females or hermaphrodite animals. अब sperm theca जो है ये sac है या receptacle है that is present in some female or the hermaphrodite animals. In this, sac sperms from the mate is stored until the eggs are ready to be fertilized. इसमें क्या होता है, इस सैक में जो स्पर्म्स होंगे मेट के वो स्टोर होंगे और स्टोर होने के बाद वो क्या करेंगे, the eggs are ready to be fertilized. At the anterior segmental septum between the 12th and the 13th segment, a pair of ovaries is present. 12th and 13th segment में जो होंगे a pair of ovaries are present. The ovaries open into the ovarian funnels. अब ये जो ovaries होंगी वो किसमें present होंगी, ovarian funnels में open होंगी, that are present beneath the ovaries. अब ये ovaries funnels कहाँ पर present होंगी, that they lie beneath the ovaries. The ovarian funnels open into the oviduct. ये ovarian funnels होंगी ओपन करेंगी ओविडक्ट में, they later join together, उसके बाद वो ज्वाइन करेंगे आपस में, and open on the ventral side to form single median female genital pore that is present in the 14th segment. During mating, जब mating होगी, अब mating के दौरान जो होगा, there is a mutual exchange of the sperms. During the process of the mating, there is a mutual exchange of the sperms between the two worms. दो worms के बीच में mutual exchange होगा किस चीज का, sperms का. One worms find another worm, एक worm जो होगा वो दूसरे worm को find out करेगा. Mating occurs when the worms juxtapose their gonadal openings opposite to each other. अब ये mating कब occur करेगी, जब worm जो होंगे जब वो juxtapose करेंगे gonadal openings that are opposite to each other. These gonadal openings are called as spermatophores. ये gonadal opening जो होगी, it is known as spermatophores and they are used to exchange packets of the sperm. अब ये किस चीज में हेल्प करेंगे, they help to exchange the packets of the sperms. The glands of the clitellum produce cocoons. जो glands हैं clitellum के, the main function of the clitellum glands is to produce the cocoons. In these cocoons mature sperm and egg. अब इन cocoons में क्या चीज प्रेजेंट होगी, mature sperm as well as egg cells are deposited. वहां पर वो डिपॉजिट होंगे along with the nutritive fluid, जहां की उसके बीच में एक nutritive fluid भी होगा जो कि हेल्प करेगा उन sperms को as well as egg cells को, जिससे कि उनको nutritive value मिलेगी. Fertilization and development of ova takes place inside the cocoon. अब जो फर्टिलाइजेशन है एज वेल एज डेवलपमेंट जो है ऑफ ओवा, फर्टिलाइजेशन एज वेल एज डेवलपमेंट जो होगी ओवा की, दैट टेक्स प्लेस इनसाइड द कोकून. के अंदर जो डेवलपमेंट है एज वेल एज फर्टिलाइजेशन जो होगी ओवा की वो टेक प्लेस करेगी. दीज कोकून्स आर देन रिलीज्ड इनटू द सॉइल. उसके बाद उन कोकून्स को सॉइल में रिलीज कर दिया जाएगा. The fertilized ova then falls off along with the cocoons. A fertilized ova जो होगा वो fall करेगा along with the cocoon from the worm. The worm embryos develop inside the cocoon. अब worm जो होगा वो embryo develop करेगा. अब उसका embryo develop होगा, cocoon का जो embryo होगा, the worm जो होगा उस embryo को develop करेगा और वो embryo कहाँ पर है, inside the cocoon. After approximately 3 weeks, near about 3 weeks के बाद each cocoon produces 2 to 20 baby worms. तो मतलब नियर अबाउट कितने वीक्स है, 3 वीक्स के बाद हर एक cocoon जो होगा प्रोड्यूस करेगा 2 से लेकर 20 तक न्यू बॉर्न बेबी वर्म्स को. 4 आर प्रोड्यूस्ड ऑन एन एवरेज, और चौथा जो है वो एवरेज पर जो होगा वो प्रोड्यूस होगा. अर्थवर्म शोज डायरेक्ट डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द अर्थवर्म्स. अर्थवर्म जो है वो डायरेक्ट डेवलपमेंट शो करता है अर्थवर्म्स की, and there is no formation of the larva. Direct formation है earthworm की and there is no formation of the larva. This is the reproductive system of the earthworm, and these are the sperm theca, these are the testis sac, these are the testis sac with testes, and this is the spermatical funnels, and these are the seminal vesicles. This is the ovary, and after the ovary these are the ovarian funnels. These are the ovarian funnels, and after that there is the vasa deferentia. These are the accessory glands. These are the accessory glands, and this is the common prostate and spermatic duct, and last is the prostate gland. So this is the reproductive system of the earthworm. Earthworm are also called as friends of farmers. जो मेन इंपॉर्टेंट फंक्शन है अर्थवर्म का या मेन इंपॉर्टेंस जो है अर्थवर्म की, दैट इज दे आर ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज द फ्रेंड्स ऑफ द फार्मर्स. फार्मर्स के फ्रेंड्स भी कहा जाता है इनको. दिस इज बिकॉज, क्यों कहा जाता है, दे मेक बरोज इन द सॉइल, क्योंकि ये सॉइल के बीच में बरोज बनाते हैं which makes it porous. अब जब ये बरोज बनाएंगे सॉइल में, after that soil is to be porous. This helps the developing plant roots to penetrate and respire. इसमें ये क्या हेल्प करते हैं, developing plant roots को penetrate करते हैं and respire करने में हेल्प करते हैं. Earthworm are used for vermicompositing. अब अर्थवॉर्म को वर्मी कंपोजिटिंग के तौर पर भी यूज किया जाता है. कई बार क्वेश्चन यहाँ रेज हो जाता है कि व्हाई earthworms are used for vermicompositing. In this method, क्योंकि because in this method earthworms are used for the breakdown of organic matter. क्योंकि इस vermicompositing की प्रोसेस में जो earthworm होते हैं, they are used to break down the organic matter, क्योंकि वो organic matter को break down करते हैं and soil और soil को break down करते हैं, thereby increasing the soil fertility. जिसकी वजह से soil की जो fertility होती है वो क्या होती है, increase हो जाती है. They are used in fishing as bait. इनको fishing bait के तौर पर भी use किया जाता है. So this is all about the earthworm, and various types of the systems are to be related with the earthworm. They are to be discussed in this part, and in the next lecture we will continue our next topic, that is with the cockroach.